This latest chapter of Black Clover really showed us that we are on the edge of the end of this arc. Every single Dark Triad member has been defeated. The Black Bulls defeated Morris with ease and now on the cuffs of saving Yami, but of course, there was a caveat. In typical Tabatas fashion, we get a cliffhanger previously on the last chapter that the second gate was actually opening. Even though Morris was defeated, but that didn't change anything. Which was a very slick move by Tabata to trick the readers because we see the flashback of Yami in these feel-good moments that we thought that, okay, everything is going to be somewhat fine. That lingering dialogue from Julius in chapter 311 when he said something massive, something as enormous is about to emerge. That is happening in this chapter. But before we dive any further to this chapter review, guys, be sure to subscribe to the channel with notification bells on and also give this video a huge like. Now let's talk about Black Clover chapter 314, Aggregation. Alright, so in the beginning of this chapter, we see that Mereoleona is completely overwhelming this ancient demon. And even though the majority of this fight was off screen, we can see that Mereoleona does not have a single scratch on her. But that's the thing about fighting these ancient demons, they are not very skilled at all, they are just huge tanks. However, for Mereoleona to fight that thing alone, it shows how much of a beast she is, because we saw that in the Clover Kingdom, the Magic Knights plus Julius, even though he was weakened, were having a tough time trying to fight off this ancient demon, mainly due to the fact that the ancient demons have the ability to absorb mana with their wings, which we saw in Mereoleona. She was able to notice that. But despite the ancient demon broken ability while fighting Mereoleona explains that the more she fights in her Hell Incarnate mode, the more of her firepower increases, which she was able to obliterate the head of the ancient demon completely off, which left everyone on the battlefield near her completely shocked and they were stunned. Immediately after she defeated the ancient demon, she landed down and said, alright, let's clean up the mess. With her fist still balled up, she got a smile on her face. It looked like she didn't even break a sweat fighting the ancient demon. And this was a reminder to all of us how dominant Cisco Leon is, because for her to take out an ancient demon by herself, and the fact that the ancient demon has the ability to absorb mana and she was able to overcome that and overwhelm it with her magic power, that is very impressive. It might be safe to say that she's still the strongest captain. However, I would have loved to see Fuegoleon step in and help her if there was some sort of struggle, because Fuegoleon, we have not seen him do anything in this arc yet. Spirit Dive Fuegoleon with the powers of Saint Stage should be the next step, so hopefully we get to see that in this arc. But it would have been cool to see a Vermilion Moment team up with the added additions of Leopold to help take out this ancient demon, since we already saw the Silver Moment with Noelle and Nozel versus Megicula. Regardless though, without ignoring her efforts, I am very happy and satisfied that Cisco finally got rid of this ancient demon. We then see Nozel, Langris, and Patry. They finally make their way to Yami and William, and about time. Someone finally said William's name. Langris and Patry, they called out for him, and then you guys already know, I've been asking this for almost 2 months straight. Can someone please call out for William? Because everybody been calling out for Yami. Because I really started to feel bad for the guy. No one was actually showing that they cared for him, just Yami. And you know, about time everyone showed up and showed that they cared for William. So W for William, but still, Tabata didn't even show this man face, so that's a L as well. And another W for Yami somehow. Now, when everyone is heading towards Yami and William, we see Morris. Even though he's defeated, Lucifero then starts to speak and applaud everyone's effort, saying y'all all worked hard. But that doesn't mean anything because now the second gate is open. Now, if you don't know already, but Tabata is a huge fan of Berserk, and when I saw this panel, all I could think about was Berserk. I got Berserk vibes when I saw this, because we see these low to mid ranking devils, a horde of them just coming out of the second gate. Probably my favorite spread in this chapter, but when we see all these devils coming out, we see Asta and Magna, they all look worried, which I'm pretty sure all the other Black Bull members, even though we didn't see them, but I'm pretty sure that they are terrified as well. But we then, while this is happening, we get to find out why the second gate was still opening and why all the devils are coming out, even though Morris is defeated. And we find out from Lucifero that he squeezed the life out of Morris to speed up and accelerate the gate to open. And from that statement from Lucifero, I think it might be safe to say that Morris is probably dead. But you guys already know my motto: no casket, no death. Because I refuse to believe for Tabata to build this man up since the beginning of Black Clover just for him to die in 3 chapters. Nah. I don't buy it. Lucifero then reminds us that he is able to control and interfere with any low-level devil out there. And we see that he is fusing all the devils that came out the second gate together, which we see that is forming this giant monster. And things are getting even more crazier because Yami and William are also getting caught up in this formation to create this giant devil. Because we see the Black Bulls, they're trying to reach out to him, but the speed of all these devils forming together is too much. They cannot make it in time, which is very unfortunate given their circumstances because they just defeated Morris. They went there to save Yami and William, and now this happens, which I'm sure this is another frustrating step back on their part because they did everything in their power, everybody together defeating the Dark Triad to reach this point, just for Lucifero to prolong this whole catastrophic situation. But despite odds, the good thing for them is that Charmy is there and she can replenish their mana so they can continue to fight. So that should come in handy. I believe Charmy will be a little clutch factor in this fight. However, Lucifero is not only fusing all the second level devils together, but he's also fusing all the ones that came out the first gate as well. And we see that all the devils that were there outside fighting, they're all fusing into one being. And if I were to guess, I think that Lucifero is not the only devil that is capable of doing this. I think that the three rulers, the Time Devil and Beelzebub, all can do this as well. But if this is only exclusive to Lucifero, then this really means that he is the strongest devil in the underworld, which makes sense because Lucifero was stated to be at the last level. But I do believe that Lucifero, the Time Devil, and Beelzebub are all on the same tier power, just with different abilities. Now, as Lucifero is controlling all these devils, we see this creature that was created, which is a giant devil worm. Now, this isn't Lucifero's real body. His real body is still in the underworld, but this is his way of manifestation. We all thought that he was coming out the second gate, but he did, but he didn't. His real body didn't, but it seems as though with two gates open, he is able to manifest that way by fusing all the devils together. Now, when we saw the first gate open, we saw Nama and Lilith, they were able to come out together. However, this time we didn't see any Supreme Devil come out the second gate, so that is very suspicious. But maybe this second Supreme Devil, well, third Supreme Devil, didn't come out because he allowed Lucifero to do what he had to do, and maybe he just waiting his turn because he is the ruler. So Lucifero probably told him do not come out yet, and maybe he had to obey. Now back to Worm Devil Lucifero, he was able to use his gravity magic presence of the Demon King, and we see everyone outside is on their knees, but Mereoleona, she looks like a savage here because she's the only one that's still standing up. Another display of her power, and I gotta say that Mereoleona was by far the highlight for me in this chapter because this woman is such a savage. While this is happening, we see the Black Bulls, they are all getting into formation. They are ready to set up and fight this giant devil Lucifero worm thing. Now, like I said before, is that it's a good thing that Charmy is there because we see that she is recovering their magic, but Ghosh, we see his eye is bleeding, so he's using so much magic power to the point where he is reaching his limit. And the chapter ends off where we see that Henry's Black Bull base, the hideout, it evolved to this giant supersized bull, and we see that he punches this worm Lucifero devil. And that was the end of the chapter. Now the good thing is that no one is occupied anymore. Now everyone can fight and focus on one thing, especially since you got Asta there and Nero to seal the damage so he can go Devil Union again. The odds should be in their favor. But speaking of favors, I need you to do me a favor by subscribing to the channel with notification bells on to see more Black Clover content from me right into your YouTube feed. You guys have an awesome life. Take care of yourselves. Stay blessed, and I'm out.